I'm Deborah Wood. I'll be your instructor for Principles and Practices of Teaching Young Children. I wanted to take you on a quick tour of our course together. When you come into Canvas, you'll notice that on the left is a menu for Canvas, so you can go to your dashboard or you can get a listing of your courses. When you select our course, this is the home page that you will see. And on the left is a list of menu items for our course. On the right is a list of upcoming tasks for our course, not all due the first week. And then in the middle, it has some welcome information, and there are links to each weekly module. And we do have an 8-week accelerated course, and we have one module per week. And if you click on the week 1 module, you'll be able to just step through. And what I'd like you to do is to get into the habit of stepping through the module every week. And the way you do that is select the first item. This is just the introduction with our learning objectives. And you just use the next and previous buttons to step through each module. Every week you will have both videos and readings. This course is all zero textbook, so there are readings from a variety of sources and videos from different places as well. To help you keep track of it, the videos, I've created active viewing guides for you. You'll want to access that document, save it on your computer, and then you'll fill it out as you watch the different videos, and you'll use that for your unit quizzes. So this week we have several introductions to the field of early childhood development. And then again, you have readings from different places. If you use the preview button, you can read it in Canvas, or if you click on the link itself, it'll open it in Adobe and you can read it there. I wanted to point out that this second reading this week is actually in landscape format. So if you preview it, you can't really read it because it's askew for you. So what you'll want to do is open it in Adobe and then select from the menu View and rotate the view clockwise so that it appears on your screen to view. If you just print the document, then obviously you just turn the printed copy so that you can read it. And then there are sometimes readings that are taken from a larger text, and so for this third reading, we're taking just pages 3 through 18 from the California preschool guidelines. And so I gave you a link to the full text, but you can just read, if you want to just print the PDF, if you click on this, it is just the pages that we're reading this week. Once you finish your reading, you'll move on to the discussion each week. We're a very large class, so I have gone ahead and split you into smaller groups even for the first introduction discussion. The introduction discussion is the roll call for this class, so you need to participate in this. And by Thursday, please, you'll introduce yourself. You'll kind of reflect on why you've gotten into the field of early childhood education, and then where you see yourself working. We do use the post first option for discussion, so you will need to post your initial discussion before you see the responses of your classmates. And then you make your initial post by Thursday each week, and then respond to at least 2 classmates by the following Monday. And your responses need to be something more than good job or great to meet you. I really need to be able to see that you have read and responded to what your classmate has said. So your responses need to be specific to receive credit. And then this week, You'll begin working on your professional portfolio binder, which is due at the end of week 2. And your portfolio is really a way for you to collect all of your work as you go through your program of education in early childhood education. We normally have you set up a binder or a scrapbook, and you create a cover page and the table of contents, and you put in a couple of licensing forms this at first. Later, at the end of the semester, you'll also add your philosophy statement, which is due in May for us. Given our current shelter-in-place order, I do not expect you to go out and purchase a binder or a scrapbook and dividers. I didn't change the requirements document. If you happen to have a binder and divider at homes that you can use, that's terrific. If not, what you will do is simply do what you can. You can create a title page, you can create the table of contents, and you can fill out the 3 licensing forms, and you can submit those without a printer or outside materials. So that's why I've added a note here. We'll do what we can given our current situation. And then I will, throughout the course, also give you some optional readings. And I really liked this article. A lot of employers love for you to bring your portfolio to an interview. And it really gives you a format to showcase what you've done and what you believe. So this is an optional reading, just as you consider what you would put in your portfolio. And then each week there'll just be a checklist of the things that you should have accomplished for the week. I wanted to point out a couple of things on our menu. The announcements I know you found because you're watching this video. The modules will allow you to go and you'll be able to see each week the new module unlocks the following Sunday. So week 2 will unlock on March 29th. And then you can go directly into discussions if you wish and click on the week 1 to either post or reply to your classmates. The student lounge discussion, I wanted to point out, that's kind of our Starbucks. It's where we can go and answer questions. If you have a question that's of a general nature, please post it here. If you have a personal problem or question, just email that to me, or we can set up a video conference to address any concerns you might have. The assignments and quizzes can be found here. I wanted to point out that the syllabus, these were emailed to you, the course calendar and the syllabus, but they're also available here for you. And then finally, the grades tab will allow you to view your scores on all of your assignments. And I will write notes to you about how I've graded. And so you'll see those in kind of a little text box to the side, and you'll just click on that once things are graded, and you can see the criteria that was used for grading. And I wanted to point out just one more thing on the home page. My email address is always right here for you to contact me. And then I've also included a reference listing of the course readings and videos. Sometimes as we get into the middle of the course, you think, oh, I read that a while back, but where was it? Instead of trying to step through the modules, there's a listing here for you of all the readings. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I look forward to working with you.